Hello, hello. Welcome to THNK 1994, the podcast. I'm Viviana.
And I'm Matt, and I'm having a glass of hot water right now.
When did you start doing that? Because that feels new. Not new, but like the past, I feel like 2 years, you've been like, let me get
Yeah,
my hot water.
I don't know. I just love having hot water. Even like it's so hot in the city. And by the way, I had to turn my air conditioner off to do this, so there's no sound.
Ay.
So it will just get hotter and hotter. But I guess that's what I like. I like it like really cold with the air conditioner, and then like a nice hot water. And then I would put like tea in it. But I'm just so lazy. I don't remember to
Too
buy
lazy.
it.
Too lazy.
Hmm?
Too lazy, just hot water. Did you put lemon
Yeah,
or
it's like
honey?
so skinny, right? It's just like
Yeah.
hot water. Just like hot
Yeah.
water. I just like need the
It's
hot
hot
water.
water.
Yeah.
Do you ever
Yeah.
order hot water at a restaurant?
Uh could you imagine? I'm gonna start doing that.
Do it. Please do it.
Yeah.
Please, please do it.
Okay.
Please do it. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Do
order
it.
hot water at a
Do
restaurant.
it. Go to a
What a
restaurant.
what a move.
Yeah.
Especially during like some sort of like a business lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I just have a hot water?
You have to cover your throat like with a scarf while you're doing it. Be like, just hot water.
Yeah. Yeah. This mug I got, it says the diet stops here.
hmm
And I don't know why I got it, but I just was obsessed with it because I don't understand what it means. Like I don't get the joke. I
Yeah.
don't understand the phrasing. It makes no sense.
Because mugs traditionally have lower calorie beverages.
Yeah, like coffee or like, like skinny drinks or whatever.
But it is the first vessel you consume out of. So if you're first thing in the morning being like the diet stops here, then it's a play on the diet starts today. It's gonna be like diet stops the second
Oh,
you wake up.
I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You're
Okay.
welcome. You're welcome.
Wow. All
You
right.
are welcome. You're welcome. We just watched the OC trailer. Live reactions. It looks so good. Gretchen's back. Finally.
Yeah.
She seems to have been coming for Tamra. There's a
Yeah.
lie detector. Um,
The lie detector looked like a fake thing though. It didn't look like a real. It looked like the girls go somewhere on a trip or something, and it's like a fun like
yeah.
it's like seeing a psychic or something, or not even
Which
that. Like
is fun
psychics.
because, well, no, it's like seeing a psychic because it's like, and that's so played out. They've seen every psychic. So this is really
Yeah.
good. I think they've
Yeah.
only done lie detectors on like Atlanta before, right?
With everybody, Lisa Vanderpump did one herself, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
when she was the dog, was accused of the dog, of the whatever she did with that dog,
Yeah.
um, lying about it. Yeah, 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 about the
Lucy,
setting up Teddy,
Lucy, Apple
setting up Tariq.
Juicy. Setting them up.
Yeah,
Knocking them
at
down.
Vanderpump Dogs. At Vanderpump Dogs. Yeah.
Vanderpump Dogs.
I didn't. I guess I did know that Slade is still dating or married to Gretchen. But I was shocked to see him. He looks great.
Yeah, they're gonna be together forever.
Yeah.
Isn't like his first wife? Doesn't she make a cameo at some point on some show?
I don't know.
Joe.
Oh, Joe De La Rosa.
I don't know. The one that he was on with before Gretchen.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think her name is Joe De La Rosa. Hold
I
on.
feel like
I'm
she
gonna
popped
Google.
in somewhere.
Yes. I don't remember her on anything, but maybe she did. I mean, the show's been on forever. I'm excited. I love having Gretchen back. I feel like she is um gonna be able to do what Alexis was unable to do. And although I guess she makes Tamara lead the show, right? Because Tamara quit halfway through.
Oh
Remember that?
yeah, she did. Oh. Oh wow. Powerful.
I didn't
And
recognize Emily because her hair is completely different.
she dyed her hair. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But this is like one of the casts, especially since they'll bring people back like this. It's like I know all of these girls. These girls, I know you all. And that is really comforting. That's really comforting.
Yeah, and Slade included. It's very comforting to
I
have him
know.
back and
Yeah.
see him look exactly the same. It makes it feel like no
Yes.
time has passed. And I feel
It
like the
has.
show has been on for at least 20 years.
A century. A full century.
Yeah,
Very
but
nice.
they all look great. So that is really, really nice. As long as they look good, I know that I also
Look
look
good.
good.
And you
Yeah.
do look good. You do look
And
good.
so do you. So do you.
Thank you. Fabulous. And so do we. And so do
Hmm.
we. You know who
And
else
if you're
looks
listening,
good?
you do too. Who?
And oh, yes, you do. You look fabulous. You know who else looks good? Bethenny
Who?
Frankel. Bethenny Frankel. She,
Yeah.
she just walked in the Sports Illustrated runway along with Alex Earl and Stassi Schroeder. And there's, of course, anything that Bethenny does. There's now several different tree branches of things people are talking about that we now get to discuss in depth. So let's get started. Are there any things that you want to talk about with that? Or should I just
But
get going?
the Sports Illustrated
Yeah.
runway walk. No, go for it.
Okay, well, I have a lot to say. Okay, so the first thing is people. Okay, there was a blind item like NT, which we know it's all lies, of like that she's on what's the Ozempic, but I don't know. She's always just skinny.
She's always been skinny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's been doing the supermodel diet, which she's been showing us, and it's mainly just like it started kind of a trend. It's mainly just taking like a tomato and putting things on it, like mainly Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and protein. And so now people are
Okay.
doing tomato flights, which actually do look really good. But tomatoes are in season right now, so go have at it, right?
Um, the fight between Bethany and Tracy. Who is the woman that does the?
Oh, Tracy,
Not Tracy Lord.
not
The
Tracy
one who's
Anthony, Tracy Anthony.
Tracy Anthony. Tracy Anthony.
Anderson. No, Tracy Anderson.
Tracy Anderson. Tracy Anderson.
They're
The
fighting?
fight between when Bethany had her talk show, she had Tracy Anderson on the show, and they got into this huge fight about exercise because Tracy Anderson was like, "You have to do it every day," and then Bethany was like, "I see," and then I'm out. I don't think it's to tell people that they have to do something every day. It's too much stress, and then it won't make me want to do it. And she basically, because I guess like Tracy Anderson was on to promote her book where she was talking about her like method or whatever. She basically was sort of saying like your whole book's concept is flawed. Like I don't agree with it or whatever. And then Tracy Anderson was like, no, like if you want to like see results from exercising, you have to do it all the time. You can't just like do it sometimes. And then they were butting heads. They were like this. You seeing?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my
They were
god.
butting heads the whole time, and it is one of the most fascinating moments on television because they're both so skinny, and it's like I guess like I don't understand Bethany like saying I guess she just didn't exercise maybe, and that's the truth, and
And
she just probably didn't eat.
that's what she said again. She reiterated she's always said, and I just I don't exercise. I don't do weights. And it just does not make sense. But
But I think
that's
it makes sense when you think about she's like running around. She's sort of naturally like cracked out. Like she is always running around like packing a suitcase to go
yeah.
to like this place or like she just has like a natural like Adderall glow about
Yeah.
her. That it's maybe it is Adderall, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a natural thing. Because if I was taking Adderall that long, I would eventually be like out on the streets, like flapping cars naked.
Yeah. No, she just has the energy. She has the energy. She has the energy. It's like when people are like, "Oh, fidgeting burns calories." So like in certain like places you're not allowed to fidget. But she has natural like fidget energy of like, "Well, I'm going to put that over there. It'll look better." And she'll get up and she'll go do it.
Yeah,
I
she's like
will not go
running
do it.
up everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I. I won't do it.
So here's something that I want to ask you, because I think even her talking about like, oh, I can't do it every day. That's Bethenny's narrative, that she owns her narrative and she lives within it, right?
Mhm.
And so she said one thing. She's like, listen, don't let anybody tell you what you can't do, because she was giving these examples, like three examples, and it ended with the example of like, and then 2 years ago, I said to my team, I said, I really like what Sports Illustrated is doing right now. I like what they're doing. And someone on my team said, no, 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 we've seen you in bikini. They're not going to want to do anything with you. And she was like, okay, but then I still did it. And I just don't believe that someone on her team said, you can't do that. But then maybe they did. I don't know. What do you think?
See, I believe it 100% because I think to work on Bethany's team is like all day, every day. They are roasting each, like Comedy Central roast level, like burns to each other all day. I think that's
Really?
probably how they communicate. Yeah, like I mean, just the way she was on the show, like I remember like she would always be like, "Look at Ramona, look at that fucking idiot trying to open the fucking door." Like, because Ramona
Yeah.
had like trouble with the door once. It was like, whoa, like she's always.
They
I
go
think
hard.
that's how she like communicates with people is like how like it like I don't know like boxers talk or something. I don't know.
It's like when
I
we
would.
went to go meet my parents, and you were like, Viviana, you are so mean to them. And
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I was like, no, we're just having fun. It's like a sitcom. And you're like, it's just like really mean. Okay. And I changed how I spoke to them. I did, because I don't need to be mean to people. It's not, but I'm, astrologically that's just how I am.
I would
Um
last not very long in her like orbit. I don't
yeah.
think. I think I would end up crying
Yeah.
in
Well,
the
it's
bathroom
scary.
or something. But
It's
like
scary.
yeah, it just feels like the place like you do one thing one day. Like if I like got an iced tea once or a Shirley Temple, then for
Then
the
call you
rest
Shirley.
of yeah, for the rest of the time. Like is he gonna get a Shirley Temple,
Yeah.
Kind of the
Yeah.
vibe I get. They'd call me Shirley.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start calling you Shirley. You do love Shirley Temples.
I do.
Shirley. Okay. Ma 2 is coming out. I'm so freaking excited. But something that people have called out is that it looks like Ma died at the end of the last one. So,
I don't remember. Oh yeah, she like set herself on fire, right? Or
yeah, she's
something.
like in there, and she, like, I think curls up next to the guy she killed or something, and then just like lets the fire consume her
Yeah,
or
because it's
something.
like a big. She like puts the kids in all the like in the setup where they're like sitting on the couch or something, right? And then she's in there. They're all dead, and then yeah, that's what I remember. Well, I think um if Michael Myers can survive, so can
Mm-hmm.
Mom.
Amen. Amen. I hope it's like I liked the kids that were all cast, so like I remember thinking like these are fun young actors. Like nobody's like annoying me, and like I like them all. So maybe it's college. Maybe Ma goes to college.
Yeah, that would make sense. That's
Yeah.
like the next step. But they could put her anywhere. I'd
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, put her
Oh,
in.
although no, I take that back. I don't want them to do something like remember the era when it was like movies that were uh like Snakes on a Plane and like Hot Tub Time Machine where they were like we're
Mhm.
stupid on purpose or
Yeah.
I don't want that.
They wouldn't do that.
Just tone it back, keep it
Yeah.
chic. Like don't be
Yeah.
like Mon Space. Although I would
Yeah.
watch, but they know what they're
Yeah.
doing. I don't have to tell them how to do their job, but
No, you don't. You don't.
yeah.
Um okay, so and just like that, a few things.
Speaking of not telling people how to do their job, yeah, what okay, go for it. Let's
And
talk
just
about it.
like that,
Uh
um I just watched this morning the latest episode, and
yeah.
you immediately texted me after you watched it, and you were like, oh my God, they have done it. They have captured the original series, and nothing even major happens. They are literally just bopping around, living their lives. But you're so right. It was fun, sexy, cool. It was just like, oh, it's here. It's here. It has set a new standard. It is so exciting. I loved Seema's storyline of the matchmaker and it not working out. The guest stars, so fabulous. Kristen
Yeah.
Shaw, Sherry O'Terry. And then what were your thoughts?
It was the finest 45 minutes of television I have ever seen. They did such a good job. I'm so proud of them. They were like, it felt like an episode from season 6, but then there were parts that actually felt like even more like episodes from like season 2 or 3. Like
Oh,
when Seema went on they were like at a restaurant or whatever, and then there's like she's like she was like, oh, maybe I'm like, I don't know what she said, but there's a montage of her with a bunch of different guys
yes. Yeah.
that felt very early Sex in the City.
Mm-hmm.
Loved that. I loved the like I just loved what they were like walking around,
Mm-hmm.
and when they were yeah, like every part of it. And then I listened because I listen to Are You with Charlotte? It's like the one podcast I listen to, and there was no new episode. So I listened to, actually, it's not the one podcast. I listen also, Kathy Griffin does these like YouTube uh videos
Mm-hmm.
where she posts them like, I think it's like maybe once a week or something. But they're so good. She just sits on a couch and some gay guy asks her question, like prompts her, and
Yeah.
she just tells like stories or whatever. I'm obsessed. So that's like not a podcast, but it is. But it's so annoying because I have to listen to it like because it's on YouTube and I don't have YouTube Red or whatever, so I have to like keep my phone open when I'm listening to it and walking around. And like if you put it in your pocket, it's a whole problem. But
No,
anyways,
I
I
YouTube
listen.
Red is like $100,000 a month, so it's not within reach.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it to like be able to watch a video outside of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I listened to anyway, what I was saying, the Writers Room podcast, and they said that that was like a goal they had with this episode because the last one was so like sort of weird and different, and then they were like, let's like give everybody what they want. Let's start with like Carrie walking down a cobblestone street,
Mm.
going into a bar.
Mm-hmm.
That is what they gave us. I have no complaints. Even yeah, it was great. And I challenge someone to find a flaw with this episode.
Oh, they will. People will find a flaw with anything. People will find a flaw with anything.
I
You know. But
challenge.
yeah, bring us what you got, because we don't buy into that.
Um what do we not buy into?
That there's anything wrong with this episode.
Yeah, no, I mean there's not. And I've been guilty. I've said things about the show.
I never have.
I've said it.
I never have.
You never have. That is so true. I
Yeah.
have. I
Yeah.
have.
Well, you question things. You
Yeah,
question things.
I have had major questions for this show. It was yeah, I was not strong, but this is perfect. This was everything I wanted.
In other exciting and just like that news, they just announced today that there will be a pop up June 14th through 16th of the Hot Fellas Bakery. And we are so thrilled to announce that we were able to design the merch for this pop up. And it's like limited edition, so get there early, line up, and you can grab something. We're not going to reveal what it looks like yet or anything, but we're going to be there too. We're going to try to get over there and take some pictures and post them. So, I mean, if you had told young Viviana that when we were, remember when we got really really drunk when visiting my sister, And then we were so hungover like a decade ago. And we were just like watching Sex and the City the next day. And we kept, every time they took a drink, we'd be like, oh my God, stop, don't do it. It is such an integral part of our lives. And we are now a part of the Sex and the City canon in an official, documentable way. And it feels so good.
I feel like Sarah Jessica Parker is responsible for the employment of so many people in the tri-state area
Yes.
that it's sort of insane. I can't think of like one person who has created more of an economy
The
um,
SJP economy.
just from like existing
Mm-hmm.
than her.
Mm-hmm. Like, and the tangentialness of it, you know, it's like a cafeteria, Magnolia Bakery, just everything. She is like a small government.
That's like, yeah, it's like this, that's like almost like more close. Like that's the touch. Those are places that got the touch.
Yeah.
But then there's other things like people that just talk about like what she has done have now their own economies.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, by continuing to make this show, she has employed us in at least two different ways. We wrote like reviews, actually recaps of the show and just like that the first season when it came back, and then not again, but then now in this way, in this new way, you know. Recaps were hard to write, I must say.
We've written several articles about Sex and City and just like that for like Vulture and The Cut. And yeah, the recaps were so fun because we got access to the show like 5 hours before other people.
I was just thinking about this. Did we get it just for all of them or just for the first one? I remember thinking it was so cool.
For all of them, and it was like such.
Wow.
And so I remember it being like, and I was on West Coast time at the time, so I remember logging in at like 5 a.m. to watch it. And it was just like my little pen and paper, and like, oh, it's like, you know, me, I'm watching it first. It's so cool.
I remember treating it like it was like these are my hours now. I have to like stay up all night just to like watch it. And then but yeah, writing recaps was hard because I think the whole time it was just like, I don't know, just watch it.
It's a good show, watch it.
Yeah. A lot of stuff happened and you should probably go watch it.
Yeah. Why are you reading this and not watching it, you know? But I think we did do what you should do with recaps, which is like, it's not for somebody who hasn't watched it. It's for somebody who maybe doesn't have anybody to talk about it with, and they have watched it, but like, you know, their friend hasn't seen it yet, so it's like, let me rub up against something for a minute, you know.
I guess recaps are kind of like over now. Like I think they were like probably the last year they were doing them. Like now they're replaced by just podcasts. I guess that's like that makes more sense. Like why wouldn't you just listen to a podcast? Talk about the show. There are so many things that like happen that I have no clue about. Like with writer people stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, journos.
Don't you feel like years ago, like there would be like all those people are always getting like fired all the time, and I feel like I would see on my phone like there'd be days when it would be like, well, this place just fired all these people, and it would be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, look at all those people who got fired. But I think it still happens. It's like, oh, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess like I'm like, wow, I didn't even know people were working there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just saw something on my phone. That's why I'm saying this. It was like about like Business Insider magazine, like stealing a article. Like somebody pitched them an article and they were like, not for us, and then they like ran the article, but like didn't pay them or whatever. But it was like, what? Like Business Insider is a magazine that
that writes things?
It's still there? Wild.
I feel like business, yeah, but that's like that's over here, you know. I'm over here, you know, but I am over there, you know. Okay. Did you see, speaking of the trailer for OC, there's rumblings in Beverly Hills that the newest cast member is going to be Rachel Zoe.
I did not know that. That's another thing I had not heard. That would be amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
What? Like, how, who said this?
Oh,
Who said it?
everybody's talking about it. Everybody. This
Who?
one guy was like, "I have it on authority, and two people have told me," and he's like, "They've never lied to me before." Everybody's
Is
saying
this
it.
the TikTok guy who makes you wait until the end of his fucking videos before he tells you what he's talking
You're
about?
talking about everybody on TikTok right now. I saw a man say it, and then I saw another lady say it, and then some people said that Rachel Zoe's not going to like how Dorit dresses.
Why? Why wouldn't she like how Dorit dresses?
I don't know. What's me sama?
I feel like
Maybe
because
it's
she
too many
is it like
labels.
labels. Okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not like so familiar. If you did watch, I watched her show, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
In
I mean, maybe there's an episode where she's like,
2016, in
"Don't wear labels."
2016,
Okay.
I got a pleather kind of Letterman jacket by Rachel Zoe from Marshalls in Union Square, and I ran that jacket into the earth, man. I do you remember that jacket? It was so
I do.
cute.
That
It
was a
was
cute
so
jacket.
cute. Throw it on anything.
I didn't know that
Gorgeous.
there was ever a Marshalls in Union Square.
Was it TJ Maxx? It was one of those. It was either TJ Maxx. It wasn't Ross. It was either
Was
TJ
it?
Maxx or Marshalls.
I don't remember that. That's crazy. I always knew there's a Burlington Coat Factory, the DSW, but a Marshalls or a TJ.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
it was Burlington. It could have been Burlington.
Um, I don't
Do
know,
you
but it'd be so cool if there was a Marshalls in Union Square right now. Shut up.
do you remember Filene's Basement?
I do remember Filene's Basement, but I never went in. What was it like? What was in it?
It was a Marshall. It was exactly like that. Only it was Filene's Basement, and I remember it was like, but it was like a Marshall's TJ Maxx kind of thing.
Shut up.
It was so cool. I remember when I first moved to the city, like in '07 or whatever, that's where I went for Black Friday. I was like, I'm going to Filene's Basement. I had to go like the day after though, because like I worked a weird schedule. But I would always like, when in doubt, go to Filene's. And there was one in Union Square. There was one, I believe, on 23rd. And the one on 23rd was by the Cost Plus World Market. But I remember when I first moved there, I was working like kind of like a host at like a timeshare place for Hilton or whatever. And they were like, you need uh business outfits. So like I was like, okay. So I went there and I got like my button ups and da da da. It was just like, I loved Filene's. I loved Filene's.
Is Filene still around? I'm
I
trying to see
think
if they have a website.
would kill to go to a Filene's Basement.
Because that was like before I really was like into like fragrance and skincare and shit. And like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, there is a website. It's a picture of Keira Knightley, it looks like, or a woman that looks like Keira Knightley, and just it doesn't lead anywhere. But it leads to an Instagram, a Pinterest, a Twitter, and a Facebook. Uh, okay, now I'm on the Instagram, which only has 868 followers. I
The
don't think I'm in the right
last
spot.
Filene's Basement store closed permanently on December 29th, 2011. Ugh.
Fuck.
Filene. I'm gonna do more research on Filene's. Just look at these pictures of Filene's, because you grew up in the city. You must have like been like, that's like your mother, Filene's Basement. You know?
Filene's Basement is my mother.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I never went in. I think like what the, I mean I always remember seeing it, but like the one that I never went in but was always like one day I'm gonna go in there was Talbot's.
Talbots. I've only heard of Talbots. I've never even seen one in the wild.
I've seen them. I've seen him, and yeah, I really wanted to go in. That's another one I don't know if it's still there, but I grew up in Bay Ridge, so the one I had access to and spent quite a bit of time at was the original Century
Century
21.
21. Century 21, I would go in there and I was like, I cannot afford anything. Like, it was still so, because it was all real designer
Yeah,
stuff.
it's really expensive, but that's the
Yeah.
thing. It was just like marked down, but you would be like, oh my God, I need this like, silk hoodie that has like a landscape printed on it,
Yeah.
because it's like
Oh,
so cheap.
I want
And
it.
the the Century 21 that's downtown, that's like back now, they used to have or maybe it's still there, the shoe section was separate. That was one of the craziest spots in the entire city. Like you had to stay like on alert inside of the shoe
Mm-hmm.
section there. People were like animals. You
Oh my
could
God.
not let your guard down, otherwise you would get trampled 100%.
Oh my God.
I
That's
don't know
so
if it's still
scary.
like that. I don't know.
Oh my
But their
God.
skincare, the Century 21 skincare sucks dick. It's terrible.
What's it? Is it just like not marked down? Is it like, because like the Nordstrom Rack skincare, they'll have Kiehl's at full price.
Yeah, and locked up in a thing. Like it's kind of like that, but they don't even have like a Nordstrom Rack level like array of like products. It's just like a couple gift sets and then like yeah, like a few full price things. And they're not even like fun brands or whatever.
Yeah, you're not going to get anything good in the skincare perfume department if you walk in and there's like a gift set for Curve. Then you're just like, this is like not it.
If you are listening, I apologize if I have said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. If you go to the Marshalls or TJ Maxx website, they update their perfume selection and their skincare selection, but more frequently so the perfume selection daily. So things will come in at the beginning of the day and leave by the end of the day. So you have to stay on top of it. And it doesn't work to get email blasts. They don't really tell you that stuff. It's like, and you can't search, like you can't just quickly go on the site and search like for like the brands that you like. You have to go to the perfume section page and scroll through. Like
Scroll.
they just had I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but Eta Libra d'Orange is like a fragrance house or Eldo. And they have like really famous ones like uh uh Ghost in the Shell, Fat Electrician. She was an anomaly, like the woman who wasn't there or something. I don't know. But I've always wanted to smell them or buy a bottle, and I think they're like over 100 normally, and they have them right now for $50. But one of them like came on and then left by the end of the day. Like I didn't even have
Yeah.
time to like go on Fragrantica and like read about it.
Yeah.
By the
See,
way, I wanna start a Fragrantica profile.
you should. I'm surprised you don't have one. Treat it like a Goodreads. Everybody has a Goodreads, or like a
Yeah, I don't have
letterbox.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would like. It'll be my letterbox.
Yeah. And then people will find it someday and be like, oh, fun.
Will you start one?
I don't really know what to say about it, I just get
Hmm.
my news from you.
Well, if you're listening, please message us and tell me your name or handle or whatever, because I'm gonna join at the end of this.
Okay, fabulous. Can you make it under our name, and then that can be like our official business account?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Always be marketing. I just bought
Yeah.
I see a carry type necklace. It's going to say THNK1994, so I can be constantly brand representing. So stay tuned for that.
Well, yeah, and or think 1994, which is what I call it.
Yeah, we didn't. I call it THNK 1994, and you call it
I
Think.
call it fake 1994.
I allow people to call it Think, but it's THNK.
Oh,
Like I sometimes
this
just
is.
drop the 1994 and be like, oh, THNK.
If Bethenny heard this conversation, she would slit our throats. I am open to that. I just always say think. It seems more like natural.
Well, it's kind of cool that it's like you can go either way.
Yeah,
It's like they both work.
they do both
Both
work,
work.
but
They both
one
work.
is a little
I
more
remember
natural.
when we came up with it because it was like it was like we didn't know if it was like the Nancy Kerrigan 1990 Tanya Hardy Museum or the Tanya Hardy Nancy Kerrigan Museum, and then we realized if we do Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan, it would be like Think Without the I, and we were like, oh my god! And then of course,
Yeah.
it's all she wrote about that. Yeah, but
I
both
have
work.
something to say. I have something to
Yeah,
say.
say it.
I watched the Tylenol murder documentary. I guess like I watched like 10 minutes of it or whatever, but then I started looking
What's
at my
that?
phone.
What's
It's like,
that?
do you remember it happened in Chicago, so it wasn't like something that I really remember, but it was I've heard of it. It's like somebody was putting in Tylenol like poison or something
At the
because
stores, right?
at the stores, and it was before like all those things like Tylenol or whatever else had like protective seals. So it's the
Mm-hmm.
reason all that shit has protective seals now. Anyways, I watched a little bit of it and I had this realization, which is that the real star of all documentaries nowadays is the banker's box.
Mm.
Every documentary, when it shows like something that they didn't have like footage of, or whether they have to like shove something in there between like interviews with people and like whatever footage they found, they'll show like a banker's box with like a file name written on it and like
Mm-hmm.
stacked and papers coming out of
Yeah.
it. It
Yeah.
is the girl of the moment.
I remember when did our first event for vacation, sunscreen, we were like, how do we convey 1980s office culture? And we had a few debates about this because we wanted file boxes, but when we saw the wood grain banker's box, we said, this is it. And we were like, how do we work this into every corner of
Yeah.
this exhibition? And and then yeah, it's just so freaking cute. But that baker's box, I now seen it in all these shows. I saw it
It's
in like
everywhere.
Ghosts. It's like it is having such a moment. It is the it girl of the decade, I feel.
Yeah.
And I feel
Yeah.
like we found her first. I feel like we were like
A
let's
hundred
get her.
percent.
I would like to talk to manufacturers. They probably would like to give us a gift because they are selling these baker's boxes.
And if you haven't noticed it, just now think about this, okay? And keep your eyes open. You are
Mm-hmm.
going to see banker's boxes in every corner of your life.
It's going to be on the runway soon. It's going to be on the runway. It will be mark my words.
There's going to be like a Balenciaga like
Yeah,
banker's box. Absolutely.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. And yeah, and like Gracie Abrams is going to sell like a record box that looks like that or something. Like
Yeah.
any second.
Yeah.
And know who said it first? Us.
We
Baker's
did.
Boxes. Wait, as usual. Okay, so I don't know if I'm about to spread misinformation, but let me give it a whirl. I saw like 5 different TikToks saying that Lady Gaga's piano, she was being hauled by a crane into a higher floor on 47th Street, but then it got caught and was dangling above 47th Street and shut down 47th Street for all day. And then I saw like 5 videos and with footage. And then I'm trying to find an article about it and I can't find one. So I don't know if I'm the victim of fake news or if she's had it scrubbed from the internet. But have you heard about this at all?
I have. I saw this actually this morning, like a video of it. It was like a video of like a crane holding a piano super high. I couldn't make out the piano. But I kind of went past it because last night, and then I still had the urge a little bit this morning, but I couldn't find any. I had an urge to watch uh like the Karen videos.
Oh, fun.
So I was like trying to find like different search terms on my phone that would give me ones that were like there's nothing I hate more than a fake one. So I was like having some trouble finding it. But yeah, I'm gonna look up right now. I'm gonna look up on Twitter and
Look
I'm
it
gonna
on Twitter,
see
on X.
Lady Gaga piano. There's an account already for it.
Oh, Lady Gaga's
Uh,
piano?
yeah. There's like, I don't know. I'm gonna say it happened. I'm gonna say it was her piano, although I have no clue. I don't think she lives in New York, but it was her piano.
Well, the one thing reason I think it was fake is somebody said she was on a layover and wanted it brought up there, and I was like, and then everybody in the comments was like, "That's excessive for a layover," and I was like, "Well, this is not real, obviously."
Yeah.
But maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. What I
Yeah.
will say is that we are doing a Gallery Girls dramatic reading on July 10th with Drew Anderson and an all-star cast. It's going to be at the Bell House. Get tickets. I'm rewatching Gallery Girls now. It's such a good show. And it is like so what, because as you know, we have an art gallery and we've had a physical space. And it's like, oh, I'm just watching this thing about art galleries. It's very fun. It's a fun rewatch. So get a ticket and come.
Our next episode, we should do all about Gallery Girls because there are
Fun.
so many moments. We're both rewatching it right now. I watched it when it was on, and like I remember just like fucking loving it. And like, but I forgot all these things. But yeah, there's a scene, I don't know if you've seen it, where Claudia and Chantal, they're like going to Art Basel, and Claudia's like, well, why don't we like just bring like some paintings and put them up at Art Basel and like sell some clothes. And then Chantal's like, I don't think we should do that. And then Claudia's like, why not? The paintings are just sitting there. So it's like, we're going there anyway. Why don't we like do something? And then Chantal's like, okay, well, how will the paintings get hung? How, like, what wall are they going on? Like, where are the clothes being displayed? Like, and then Claudia's like, I don't know, like, we just have to like find like a clothing rack. And then Chantal's like, okay, well, that's money. That adds money. That's like money we don't have. And Chantal's like, I don't want to do it. Then Claudia's like, I don't understand why you're getting so upset at like just me presenting this idea. And then Chantal starts crying.
Oh,
And then Claudia's like, why does this say all I've said is like that we should do this? Why are you crying? And then Chantal tells Claudia, I think you need to lay off the Adderall. And then she like walks out. It's like, wow, these moments, they're so like hard to, it's like so painful and gives me like PTSD to watch.
he's so
But
real.
yeah,
And it's
it's
like
crazy.
every fight we have about everything.
Yeah, it's insane. And then I think what happens, because I've seen like next on, I think that Amy comes and just pays for the show, and then Chantal's like, it's ugly. But yeah, we should do a whole episode about that.
Okay, next episode, potentially, or one after that, we will do an
Yeah.
episode of Gallery Girls, and maybe we'll ask some people who were on Gallery Girls to be on it, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Let us know. Okay, we have to go now, but we'll be back soon, guys. Also, we're doing a warehouse sale because we had to move fulfillment center. So some of our ashtrays are up to 50% off.
We are doing a warehouse sale. Yeah, we had to move fulfillment centers
Which
from.
we will be talking about that in depth in early July.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be like Dear Sisters. Like we are going
Yeah.
to come clean about
Yeah.
our fulfillment center.
Yeah.
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 That sounds so fun. I
Yeah.
think people
Yeah.
are really gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Bye.